NBA 2K is no stranger to controversy, and Mike Wang stirred up the pot with one tweet. So in a recent tweet, Mike Wang had replied to a post of somebody asking if they could post the average shooting percentages for the community from seasons 3 through 8 like he did in season 2. What Mike Wang had put stirred up a lot of controversy. So according to Mike Wang and whatever stats he pulled, the average shooting percentage for Park was 45%. For someone like me, for content creators, for above average 2K players, 45% is jaw-droppingly lower than what I would have said. If you were to ask me, without seeing this tweet, what I thought the average shooting percentage was for an average Park player, it would be 60%. And I think a lot of people are confused by this tweet because they are better at the game than they realize. Let's talk about it. What is skill-based matchmaking? So if you're playing 2K, you press pause, you go to where it says the city, scroll down to where it says city stats, you will see where it says your overall performance, also widely considered as known as your plate color. So your plate color is basically what other games would call your MMR rating, which is what skill-based matchmaking takes into consideration when matching you up with other players. The higher your plate color is, the better the players are. Hall of Fame being the highest skilled players, probably top 1%. Casual being the lowest. I am a purple plate. So as you see here, my teammate, purple, I'm purple, this guy's gold. Around the same skill level. So because I'm a purple plate and my teammate's a purple and my other teammate is a gold, the matchmaking system is looking for players that are at a higher skill level. But the problem is there's less of them. Right now, we're looking for the top 10%. So that's why the matchmaking takes so long to look for other players to go up against. So far, I've been sitting here for 2 minutes, still haven't gotten a game. And this is what 2K advertises as quicker than Park. Oh, we got a game. That took a while. That really did take a while. So we got into the game. Let's take a look to see who we're going up against. So they have a red plate on their team. They have one red plate, they have a purple plate, and a bronze plate. So look, they might have one lower skilled player, but they also have one really high skilled player, like top 1%. And they have a purple. So overall, it's pretty even. Oh my god, this guy's a demon. Yo, what? I can't play rec or theater without being stressed out. Every game feels like game 7 of the finals, and I just don't like that personally. You know, I know some people just love smashing their head against the wall. Oh yeah, I'm gonna get better at the game. Get better at the game. Get better at the game. I don't like doing that. Okay, I like to hop on the game, sit back, play with some of my friends, run up a few streaks, have some fun. That's the way I like to play. But ever since 2K has introduced skill-based matchmaking, I haven't been able to do that. Whenever I play with my IRLs, they have a worser time because they're playing with me. And that's not a good feeling. As much as I'd like to play with them, I feel like I almost can't. Because either they're going to be stressed out or I'm going to be stressed out. And neither one of us want to do that. Another thing that 2K does, which is really slick, they think they're slick, but I caught it immediately. You remember what I told you earlier. Your overall performance, this is your MMR rating, right? Red being the highest, casual being the lowest. When you make a new build in NBA 2K, you start off as a black plate. So as you see, this build is casual, which means when I hop into rec, when I hop into theater, I'm gonna get matched up with other casual. When you watch a lot of these 2K content creators, and there's no shame to anyone who does this, they will make a new build, max it out to 99, and they'll hop into the rec and they'll drop 80 points. So the last game I just played, I got matched up with a purple plate and a gold plate, and I went up against the red plate. Brand new build, never played on this build, 60 overall, spent 0 time on it. Let's see what happens. Last time the queue time took what, 4 minutes, 3 minutes? 63 overall black plate. This guy, this is his first game ever. This is this guy's first game he's ever played. The last game, I had a guy shooting half court shots and greening them. This game, this is his first game he's ever played. So for all intents and purposes, this team is significantly worse than the one I had last game. But I'm also significantly worse. I'm a black plate. So this is how skill-based matchmaking works. It'll take extra time to look for worser people if you are worse at the game. The problem with that is when you get so high in the totem pole, say you hit red plate, it'll take way too long to look for someone else who's also a red plate because there's less players who are red plates. So that player pool is going to be smaller. Okay, and we're in a match. That was a lot quicker. Let's see who we get matched up against. We're all 3 black plates getting matched up against 2 black plates and a bronze plate. This is what the average player looks like. So this is what happens, right? People make a new build, they spend a ton of money on it, and then they hop into theater or they hop into rec, they go crazy. They're like, oh my god, I'm dropping 40 points in the rec. But what they don't realize is that your plate is just black. That's all that changed. You're a good player. You're just going up against people who are also good. So whenever people think that this game doesn't have a skill gap, it's because of skill-based matchmaking. There's no skill gap because it's designed that way. I had a friend who spent a lot of money on this game. Every time he kept making a new build and he loaded into the rec and he thought his new build was just the shit. He thought it was the best build ever. Nothing was touching this build. And then he'd hit gold plate or he'd hit purple plate or he'd hit red plate. And then he thought the build was terrible. And then he'd make another build and spend more money on that build. What he didn't realize was all that was changing was his plate color. The skill-based matchmaking was just resetting every time he went to go make a new build. So he just kept spending more and more money. And the thing is, it's designed that way. It's not an accident that that was happening. Terrible shot. See, this is the teammate I have now versus last game. So look, the average shooting percentage was 40%. This guy just shot 40% from 3. He's an average player. So if you want to see what an average 2K experience is supposed to feel like, I want you to make a new build and load into the theater with a 60 overall. This isn't the first game to have skill-based matchmaking implemented, but it has adapted something that I think is poisonous to video games, which is implementing skill-based matchmaking into the casual game mode. Let's use gaming's best example of skill-based matchmaking being poisonous to their game. Call of Duty. Back when Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2019 came out, Call of Duty implemented this system called skill-based matchmaking into their playlist and is widely considered a turning point for Call of Duty. It doesn't just destroy the game overnight. And that's the problem with skill-based matchmaking. It takes time to destroy the game. It destroys the game 1% at a time. I have a visual example I want to bring up. So at the bottom here, we have the top 50% of players. This is your casual players. And these guys at the bottom here, they're having fun with the game. They're still having fun with the game. They're learning how the game works. And, you know, they're getting matched up against people on their own skill level, which is still beneficial to them. Up here a little bit, we have the top 10% players. These guys, they're starting to, you know, they're starting to sweat a little bit. They're starting to feel like, okay, this game actually has levels to it, and I'm starting to stress out. And these guys are the top 1%, the best of the best, cream of the crop, and they're probably not having as much fun with the game anymore because every game is a tournament. Every game, they have to try their hardest in order to keep on playing the game. Everyone here in the top 1% decides, you know what, this game's not for me. I am tired of sweating every game, so they decide to quit. Every reaction has another chain reaction, right? So congratulations to everyone in the top 10%. You've officially become top 1% players, the new top 1% players. What happens when you become a top 1% players? You start to not have fun with the game. So these guys are like, okay, man, everyone is trying their hardest every single game and it's not fun anymore. So these guys decide, oh, you know what? I think I'm gonna quit the game. So now these guys, they move on up. Congratulations. You're now the top 1% because the other 1% just left. It's slow and methodical, but 1% at a time. Skill-based matchmaking destroys every game it's in. If you're gonna have skill-based matchmaking, it should always be separate from the casual playlist. Don't mix them together. And I think what people are realizing in 2K is that that's happening. Nobody wants to play a tournament every single chance they get. I had a chance to talk with Koza. Back in December, he had told me that he had spent over $1,000 on the game already, just on making builds. The new meta for 2K, if you're gonna be a content creator, is make a new build, get it to 99 overall, stay as a black plate, and load into rec and drop 50, 60 points. That's what you have to do to get good gameplay. Let's talk about Park. Is there skill-based matchmaking in Park? No. But there is in theater and there is in rec, okay? And when you give players the option to have an easier experience, they're gonna lean towards that. All the casuals are going to rec and theater. All the sweats go to park because the sweats don't want skill-based matchmaking and the casuals do. But what that does is make the open option a sweatier experience. The 2's Court has been notorious this year to be the sweatiest game mode in 2K. Let's look at this guy's stats real quick. 71% win rate with a 65% from 3. So the average player shoots 43%. This guy's shooting way above that. On average, we should be shooting 40%. This guy's shooting 75% from 3 with a 78 win rate. Now look, I'm not telling you that these are like Titan-killing stats, but what I am telling you is that the casual players are not in park. They're in theater. They're in rec. You just don't see them because of skill-based matchmaking. You will never be put up against somebody who is average if you are above average. If you are above average, you will be matched up against someone who is above average. If you are a purple plate, you will be matched up against another purple plate. But when people are confused and they're like baffled by these stats, I think that's fascinating. Because when I heard them, I wasn't surprised at all. Don't let SBMM gaslight you into thinking that everyone is good at video games, because that's just not true. Why am I so passionate about this topic? It is poison to the game. I remember I was playing Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War, which had skill-based matchmaking. I was miserable. I was like, I don't understand how to get better at this game. I feel like I'm not getting better at the game. I'm not having a good time with the game. So I started looking up videos. How do you get better at Call of Duty Cold War? Until I stumbled upon a video from a guy, I forget what his name was. He showed me how to reverse boost. And I was so desperate to have fun with the game that I actually bought a second copy of Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War to reverse boost. And I had so much fun reverse boosting. And every year they brought back skill-based matchmaking and I abused it for years. So if you look back at my old COD videos, you'll see what reverse boosted lobbies look like and how easy it is to dominate in them. If anyone in 2K is listening, bro, take out skill-based matchmaking. Okay, the community is starting to realize how poisonous it is. You should look at what Call of Duty did and learn from their mistakes. Call of Duty is dead because of skill-based matchmaking. And I think that 2K will die if you do the same. It's already been 2 years. It's been a failed experiment. It's only getting worse from here. I promise you. 2K27 is my farewell tour. Unless they remove skill-based matchmaking. I appreciate you guys, man. Please subscribe. Peace.